The idea that in critical situations only people are able to protect our younger brothers is firmly established in human consciousness. If we talk about the opposite situation, then only the stories about heroic working dogs and the stories heard somewhere by the edge of the ear that pets can feel the approaching disaster come to mind. However, even wild animals are able to help a person who has got into a serious trouble, thus confirming that even animals have a sense of gratitude. The hero of this story is an elderly doctor. On a well-deserved pension, making a day's promenade through the woods, he suddenly came across a very young wolf. The man immediately noticed the strange behavior of the animal. The withered and weakened animal did not even try to escape from the man. There were no signs that the wolf was nearby, either. It turned out that the unhappy baby's front paw fell into an old and rusty trap, which had remained since the hunting in the forest. The pensioner decided to take the wolf cake home. The animal was so exhausted that it did not even resist. It was not clear how long it was trapped. The man managed to remove the metal trap and even put a similar tire on the broken paw. It took a long time for the beast to finally recover and return to the forest. For a month, the lupus nicknamed Gray was at the doctor's sight. Wild habits of the baby were obvious, but he began to get used to his savior little by little, and even he was calm about frequent visits of his little grandson who lived nearby. One day the animal disappeared. Animal instincts took over, and the wolf ran away into the forest. His savior knew that sooner or later it would happen, so he quickly got used to the absence of his wild friend. The man thought that he would never see him again, but one day a terrible thing happened. The grandson, who was visiting his grandfather, went for a short walk on the edge of the forest and got lost somewhere. It began to get dark. The boy did not come back. Therefore, the man immediately decided to go and search. He went around all familiar paths, but did not find a single trace of the child. Already almost desperate, he suddenly heard how fast someone was approaching him. After a moment, it became clear that it was not a child. The sound resembled a stomping of an animal, not a human being. And indeed, a wolf jumped out on the road in front of an unarmed man. Only, instead of attacking or running away, the wolf seemed to be waiting for something from the doctor. Not waiting for the right reaction, he slowly turned and wandered into the forest, limping on his front paw. At that time, the pensioner recognized the wolf in the beast. Shaking for a few moments, he followed the wolf, which was still slowly moving in a certain direction, periodically looking back at the man behind. They did not go long. Suddenly, a loud crunch was heard, and a grandson ran out of the thickets to his grandfather, very frightened and at the same time happy that he was found. The wolf had time to disappear before the old man and the boy finally wanted to thank his savior. This story proves that although a wild animal cannot be domesticated and behave like an ordinary dog,